SCP Foundation is such a massive creepypasta that it can be considered a branch of internet horror in general. The SCP Foundation is an organization that is composed of numerous and various doctors, scientists, researchers, and agents in order to discover, study, and contain anything on Earth that is not well understood by the human world. This is for the greater good of preventing disastrous consequences from occurring. The SCP Foundation stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. Securing objects, organisms, and even locations is essential for assuring they are brought to the attention of the Foundation. Containment is a constant job for the organization in order to put the unknown entities into safe places, and protection is the long-term goal to assure nothing bad happens as these odd things continue to exist. There are 3 categories of danger that the SCP Foundation uses to label what it finds. Safe. This class is for things that pose small threats to those who handle them at most. They are the best understood objects and do not deal their minor amounts of harm unless they are activated intentionally. Euclid. This class is for objects that are less understood and are possible of dealing sufficient amounts of harm, regardless of whether or not they are activated intentionally. They are considered to be the most dangerous things that are also capable of being totally confined and are researched much more thoroughly than the safe ones. Keter. This class is for the most dangerous objects. Things that pose the biggest threat to the safety of the planet are classified under the Keter category. These entities are capable of wiping out all of mankind if extreme and daily measures are not taken against them. Keter objects have very little known about them, and more research and studies are put into these entities than in any of the other classes. Things discovered by the Foundation are simply referred to as SCPs, and each one has its own number to distinguish it. The more recent the object is discovered, the higher its number is. As of October 2015, there are 2,999 recorded SCPs. To give some examples of SCPs and their respective classes, here are 3. SCP-2998 is classified as safe. It is an oddly coded electromagnetic radio signal with a frequency of 2,485 MHz. It has no traceable source, and for years there were no means to decode it in order to see what type of information was in the signal. That was until 2011, when the signal was shown to contain a video showing some sort of human-like organism floating around aimlessly in a dark room. In the video, the being is being pushed around and appears to be in some sort of physical distress. It is unknown why this is, as no context is understood for the video. The signal is protected via making sure the signal is unable to be received by other external devices not recognized by the Foundation. No device sent into space is allowed to have software capable of distributing the signal, and any traces of it are monitored at all times. SCP-173 is classified as Euclid and is possibly the most well-known SCP out of the 2,999. It is some sort of odd entity that appears to resemble a skinned teddy bear with short limbs, white skin, and an odd bleeding face with green eyes. It is impossible for it to move if another being is looking at it, but the second anything is not observing the SCP, the being is free to move wherever it wants, whenever it wants, and can do so extremely quickly. It is capable of traveling long distances in the literal blink of an eye. SCP-173 is extremely hostile and breaks the necks of its victims when it gets close enough to them. It is confined in a cell where multiple personnel are constantly observing it in shifts, and each one must notify the rest when they are about to blink. SCP-106 is classified as Keter and appears to be an elderly human being, decomposing and covered in some mucus-like substance. its behavior is completely unpredictable. It is capable of walking through solid matter and travels to some sort of pocket dimension in order to digest its prey. 106's hunting behavior seems to be based on desire and not hunger, though. It attacks prey by viciously assaulting vital parts of the body and can sometimes use its trick of remaining dormant in a state of hibernation for weeks or even months in order to lure its target into a false sense of security, though sometimes it can remain dormant for long periods of time for other reasons. It seems to hunt prey randomly and even has been recorded to keep multiple victims of its attacks alive in the dimension. SCP-106 is contained in a large cell that is surrounded by 40 layers of solid lead. One of the more scary facts of this Foundation is that the staff has recorded interviews with some SCPs that exhibit intelligence on par with humans, and most of them usually go awry in various ways. Another is that most of the time, humans not involved with the organization encounter these strange entities, which has resulted in some very grisly stories, but these encounters have helped the organization track, find, and secure what needs to be hidden from the rest of mankind. And a third and final fact is that with all the strange and dangerous things the SCP Foundation has found, there may come a day when not even the organization can protect humanity from what lies in store for us.